Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name's Deshaun, and today I'm here to give you my review, my late review. All my reviews have been late, so I've been busy working, of Detective Pikachu, the trailer. My review of that Detective Pikachu trailer now. Detective Pikachu is obviously based off of the Pokemon's Pikachu from the Pokemon franchise, and now Pokemon is obviously one of the most iconic animes ever created. You know, it's one of the best. You know, it had one of the best games ever created with the old 1990 something Pokemon Game Boy Advance game and the Nintendo game. And there's been hundreds of Pokemon games, and Pokemon is a billion dollar franchise. You know, the toys, the collectible items, the Pokemon show's still going on. I don't know, like, the Pokemon show. I think the Pokemon show's still going on. I think it's still on Cartoon Network, like different musicians, Ash Ketchum, the whole thing. I wanna be the very best. I remember that first song. But anywho, the Detective Pikachu. Now, Detective Pikachu has been the thing that's been rumored for years now. That's been talked about for years. I heard Danny DeVito was going to do the voice of Pikachu at one point, and that kind of fell through. But when I first heard about it, I thought they were talking about the game, because there's a game that came out on, I don't know if it's the Switch. It's one of those Nintendos. I don't know if it's the Switch or just the latest rendition of, the Game Boy. But I know that they came out with the actual game, and the actual game was pretty good. I saw reviews of it. And a lot of people said the actual Pokemon game that they came out with was a very good. Detective Pikachu game was actually a very good, funny game, because you got to experience the Pokemon through that Pikachu's eyes, and it was very interesting, like the puzzles and the little detective things you had to do. But mostly the fact that you got to experience the Pokemon through Pikachu's eyes. You got to actually hear what they're thinking and hear what they want to say and hear what they're thinking deep down, and Pikachu could talk, and it was pretty funny. And I saw reviews, it was pretty good reviews for that Detective Pikachu game. If I had a Nintendo, I might have gotten it. But then I'm hearing, but no, this is an actual live action. It's the first ever live action Pokemon movie. Now, it's not the traditional Pokemon movie. It doesn't follow Ash Ketchum. It doesn't follow Mr. Red. It doesn't follow any of that. This is I think this is the gateway. This is the next anime movie. What me and Steph are probably gonna see this obviously and review it. We saw the last time they came out with a movie like this was Ghost in the Shell, starring Scarlett Johansson. And there are parts of that movie that they got right. We're definitely on the right path to being able to, pull off a live action anime. The problem with anime is it's so weird at times. It's so unique that it's hard to translate. But I know we will be able to one day. And same thing with video games. That's why video games and anime are kind of in the same boat, where it's very hard to translate it to the big screen. But it worked for comic books. And if it worked for comic books, and comic books are just as weird and just as out there as video games, and if we found a way to make that work, I know we can find a way to make this work. And this Detective Pikachu, to me, I thought it was going to be terrible. When I heard about it, I thought this was a stupid idea. I was like, who the hell is going to want to watch this? Detective Pikachu. First of all, you're not even doing Pokemon. You're doing some other crap. I'm like, who's going to want to watch this? This is ridiculous. This is stupid. And then, well, the trailer came out about last week, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the hell out of that trailer. Ryan Reynolds' voice as the Pikachu is hilarious, and it's funny. And I love how they explained it off. It's not like it's a Meow situation where he can talk. It's like, oh no, this kid can understand him. It was a good trailer. It was a really good trailer, because it did the thing that a trailer is supposed to do, which is leave you asking questions. You wonder, why can this kid hear Pikachu and no one else can? You wonder, does Ash and all these other characters exist in this world? You wonder, how the things work in this world. You wonder. And the thing that this trailer did, is probably the future to being able to get an anime to work live action is, you're gonna have to tone it down. And by tone it down, I mean, you can keep some of the more fantastical elements, but you're gonna have to tone it down. This version of the Pokemon world, it doesn't look as insane. If you look at it, it looks just like a regular Earth, actually. It looks like regular Earth. All the buildings look regular. The only difference is The build only difference is things are slightly a little tuned, like things are slightly a little bit more artful, kind of in a, I don't know, Star Warsy slash like slash Blade Runner kind of way, but not as dark. Like you could tell that like they kind of seem that they're going with this. This is the Earth that you know, but it's just a futuristic version of Earth. Like, are there Nurse Jennies running around? I don't know. But the way they kind of approached it was, we're going to make this as close to the regular Earth as possible, only we're going to add in the Pokemon and add in some of the more Pokemon fantastical elements, which is the way you're going to have to go about doing this. You cannot just do straight up Pokemon. No one's going to be able to accept that. No one's going to go watch that. Maybe fools like me and Seth will go watch that, but no one else is going to go watch that. You have to pull it back so that a normal audience can go watch this and go, okay, I sort of get it. And that's what the MCU's done. Like, that's what the MCU's done. Is for many of us comic book fans, like, who complain about, oh, I wish that this certain character was as powerful as this. I'm like, they can't do that. There's a reason that there's a reason that they toned them down a bit, so that way they can be a little beatable and a little bit more relatable, and they can kind of bring it down to a level where people can actually comprehend, you know. DC did the same thing. That's why Superman's not, that's why Superman had a hard time picking up a ship. And then in the comic books, you can pick up a freaking ship with like a freaking hand tied behind his back, and no big deal. But there's reasons for that. And it makes total sense to me, and I got no problem with it. It makes all the sense in the world that they did it the way they did it, and I love that they're doing this here. It makes me think that this movie's gonna work. I actually think this Detective Pikachu is gonna be the first anime-related movie to work. The fact that it's an almost original product, because that Detective Pikachu thing has only been around for like the last 6 years, so it's fairly a new thing. It's not connected to the actual, canon. The director can kind of do what he wants with it, which gives it a little bit more, which gives it more credence to the fact that this movie is probably going to be really good, because the director can do whatever he wants. And if the director can do whatever he wants with it, then it leads me to believing that, oh, this director might pull something good, do something good here. So I would look out for this movie. I enjoy the trailer. I like Ryan Reynolds' voice, and like to get into the trailer, I like the kid who's playing like a young kid who obviously wanted to be a Pokemon trainer one day. It sounds obviously like his father had passed away some time ago. Like way some time ago, and his father used to be a detective, and he hasn't lived up to that legacy. It's a really relatable thing right there. They're laying the groundwork for this kid to be very relatable, in the sense that he's not where he thought he would be in his life at this point. And they do a good job with the little cuts to show you that he isn't where he thought he would be right now. He had these big dreams of being a Pokemon trainer and all that. And this is a cool concept too that they could show, which I hope they do, because in the Pokemon shows, they never show what happens to people who want to be Pokemon trainers and it doesn't work out. Like, usually it always works out. Ash shows up, tells the guy, oh, keep going hard, and the guy keeps going hard. But what happens to the people who want to do this and it doesn't work out for them like it did for Ash? What happens to those people who it doesn't work out for? Maybe not because of talent, but because, for various amount of reasons. Just a various amount of reasons. What happened to those guys? And I think they have an opportunity to show that. Like, this kid is one of those kids who it didn't work out for. And now he's working a lame-ass job. And he's, like, got all this regret and stuff. And, like, that's kind of what they were showing, was, like, he's working this lame job. He's got all these regrets. And then he runs to Pikachu, which is hilarious with Ryan Reynolds' voice. I've heard some people complain that Ryan Reynolds is, like, he should have at least tried to change his voice up a little bit to sound less like Deadpool. But I'm just like... I mean, that's Ryan Reynolds' voice. I know that's Ryan Reynolds. I'm like, I don't subscribe to that thought that, oh, he sounds like Deadpool, not Ryan Reynolds. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? They're the same guy. They're almost the same guy. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But I will say, like, his voice was hilarious, especially the whole dig, and I've been so alone. Like, it's hilarious, man. Detective Pikachu, that was a hilarious trailer. I like the whole thing with the mime. I think they are gonna play up the aspects of the Pokemon world. There's gonna be some deep cuts that only people like who've been in the Pokemon world would even get. Would even remotely get. I am excited for this. I'm sorry, I had to pause there because I was just like thinking. But yeah, there's gonna be some moments in here that only people who from the comics would even remotely get, and I'm excited for this. Comment below, let me know. What did you think of Detective Pikachu the trailer? Did you like Ryan Reynolds' voice? How'd you feel? Let me know. Comment below, and thank you for joining me on the Comic Gamer Movie Show. And I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye.